House, hit hit the like button. Oh man, what a bloodbath we seen inside that courtroom. What a bloodbath. Oh man. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Outside the Diddy Courthouse. Once again, second time today. Second time today. It was a bloodbath up in there inside that court. Today, Brian still brung the hammer on Mia, who was testifying over the past 2 court days. Hit that like button. It was just, people will be talking about Brian Still's cross-examination if Diddy does survive this and happen to get acquitted of the charges. As you guys know, Diddy is facing federal racketeering and trafficking charges, and the feds have a 95% rate of winning these type of charges. But Brian Still is not going out without a fight. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. And shout out to everybody who has been watching. Like I said, we was live earlier on out here in Lower Manhattan. And the way the Brian Still came out was making people who really want Diddy done. And making people who really thought that Diddy was a goner at the beginning when he first was arrested. Now they're starting to have some pause because they said this guy, and I just heard Tisa Tells over there. She's around this building right here. She's on the line right now talking, and even she's saying Brian Still has demolished Mia for the past 2 days. For the past 2 days, who is victim number 4, and it's just like wow. And I have some stuff, and I got some update. Guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me see. Now, this was some stuff from earlier on. You know what I'm saying? And Combs is asking her, hey, when did you finally decide to say Me Too? Referring back to the Me Too movement, which was believe all women when they accuse guys of doing heinous things to them. And Brian Still, who is Diddy's attorney, pretty much the whole time has been asking her, wait a minute, how can you claim Me Too when you didn't go to no law enforcement at all for years? When you kept going back to Diddy, when you were sending him messages saying happy birthday, I love you. And one of those messages was when she no longer worked for the Diddy team. So she had actually escaped the Diddy team and her life wasn't in jeopardy. So why were you saying that, hey, I had a dream or a nightmare that I was in the elevator with R. Kelly and that you saved me, P. Diddy, you saved me. And she sent that message to him when she wasn't even working for Bad Boy Records anymore. So Brian Still was saying, if he did all of these heinous things, assaulting you and physically hurting you, why would you be sending him these type of messages? So after Still asked her about the whole Me Too, she said, when I first saw him being held responsible for his actions, now I have therapy. That's when she decided to come forward with the Me Too claims, right? Now, guys, this is important right here because I know some of you guys was here for the earlier live stream, so I'm going to show you guys what happened after they went back from break. And like I said, he's been brutal all day. He has been terrorizing Mia, who is the victim 4, on the stand. Now, Now, as you guys know, some of you guys know that she did sue. She did sue Diddy, but it wasn't for assault or anything like that. The victim sued Diddy for $10 million for, I believe, severance because of the firing of the job. And they mediated that out, and she got $200,000. And yeah, so, and they said even during that lawsuit, she still did not bring up the assault allegations that she claimed Diddy did to her during that lawsuit. So that lawsuit was not for assault. That lawsuit she filed was for, I guess, back paid money or whatever, or what she felt he owed or whatever. But she did not mention anything about assault. She testified during that whole process. Brian Steele was asking her. Also, Brian Steele asked her, you said you had no time with your family. Did you ever go to events with your family and friends? She said, yes, so sporadically over 8 years, but few and far between. Steele says, weddings. She says, sister and best friends, I believe. Halloween, I don't remember. You thought Mr. Combs was a genius, right? Mia says, yes. At the time, you wanted to continue to work for Mr. Combs, right? Mia says, I wanted to continue following my dream. So he's putting out there in front of these 12 jurors that she wanted to continue following her dream, even though she claimed Diddy was assaulting her. She stayed there to follow her dream, meaning stayed, I guess, for money, to make money, to further her career, even though she now claims Diddy was a monster. So I'm just putting out there what was being said inside that courtroom. I'm telling you, Diddy's lawyer was a savage, and I'm telling you. All right. Combs' lawyer asked her, if Mr. Combs company put more into promoting Cassie Ventura than any other of its artists? Mia says, I didn't absorb anything. Brian Steele says, who is Jason Wiley? Mia says, he worked for the record label in budgeting, right? All right. Now this was crazy, and this had people up in arms when Brian Steele asked her this, and I'm gonna bring it up. These flies is bugging me right now. Get away, get away. Oh man. All right. Now, well, this is one. Now, Mia was saying before that she hasn't been able to work because of PTSD, right? From her time with Diddy. Now, it says Combs' former assistant, which is Mia, says she briefly worked for Madonna. Mia testified she worked for music icon and social activist Madonna for about 8 months after she stopped working for Sean Diddy Combs in 2017. Oh, so that means, at the time, Mia said she did not think Combs had blacklisted her. So the context of this is what Brian Steele, who is Diddy's attorney, was trying to get to. Mia testified during direct examination last week that she hasn't been able to work because she has severe PTSD, but lo and behold, she was able to go ahead and work for Madonna. I'm telling you, Brian Steele was savage. Brian Steele brought a lot out. Tisa tells herself right now, you know, Tisa tells she can't stand Diddy. Tisa tells is like, once again, today, the jury was pretty much cheering on, according to her, Tisa tells. She's out here in the street right now but she like, according to her, the jury once again was cheering on Diddy's defense attorney, Brian Steele, buying everything he was saying. It seems like, this is according to Tisa Tells, and she is no fan of Diddy at all. Now, also, Combs' former assistant, which is Maya, says she doesn't intend to sue him over sexual assault allegations. So that was big. Defense attorney Brian Steele asked Mia if she intended to sue Sean Diddy Combs, her former boss, based on the sexual assault allegations she has made against him. Mia testified that that wasn't her intention. The defense attorney also asked Mia if she wanted money based on her testimony at trial. She said no. Okay, so that's interesting that she is not planning on suing Diddy for assault. She just came down because she was subpoenaed and she's telling her story, but she claims that she is not trying to sue Diddy for sexual assault. That's interesting. Now, the timeline of this is crazy because, like I said, she went to work for Madonna in 2017, and then as late as, I believe that was 2019, she sent Diddy messages saying some lovely things to him. Like, let me bring up the exact quote she was saying. And this is all was testified into court today, and that's when she wasn't even working for Diddy's team, and Brian Steele was calling her out about that, saying, wait a minute, you know, these messages that we're showing to the jury show you still sending love to Diddy. Now she said that was around the time, right, 2018 was the time that Kim Porter died, and she was just sending best wishes and this and that, but Brian Steele says, wait a minute, but this guy supposedly assaulted you multiple times. Why are you giving him any comfort on anything in life? I mean, well, she said, Mia said, she feared for her physical safety. I just knew his power and his wrath. But you kept going back, sending him messages, even when you was not working there. All right, I would have been stripped of any credibility, would have lost if I would have told anybody about the alleged assaults, okay? I wouldn't have been able to get a job in the same or any industry that I wanted and would have lost anything I knew, she said. When she tried to leave her job once, Combs' chief of staff told her to go back, Mia testified. Mia also testified again that she feared for her physical safety. I just knew his power and wrath. Okay, so this is what the defense is trying to fight back on. The prosecutors are trying to say this person, Mia, was scared for her life. That's why she stuck around, and that's why she did not tell anyone, including her family, her friends, police, authorities. Brian Steele was cross-examining her, and pretty much was going in on her, which a lot of people did not appreciate Brian Steele doing, badgering a alleged assault victim like that. But like I said before, that is the job. That is, you know, I know it might sound like nasty work, but that is his job to do, to try to bring some doubt inside those 12 jurors' head, guys. Hit the like button, though. Hit the like button. We are live, Diddy trial. Let me see. Now, Mia did say she went to human resources. She went to human resources about the situation, right? All right, she said she thought no one would believe her if she reported. No, she didn't report. So she didn't go to human resources. She said she thought no one would believe her if she were to go to human resources. So she didn't bother going to human resources and reporting the physical and sexual abuse. She said she endured by the music mogul. Now, like I said, many people probably believe her. I can believe some of her testimony. But the thing is, she has zero evidence and zero proof. And what makes it worse is that she did not report it and she stayed. So that's you know. She says, when prosecutor, all right, now the prosecutor asked some more questions towards the end of the day. The prosecutor asked her about speaking to human resources. Mia referenced a former employee who she said was fired after reporting Combs' abuse of his former girlfriend, Cassie. So she said she didn't go to human resources because another employee reported the abuse that Diddy was doing to Cassie, and that employee was fired. So that's why she said she did not feel comfortable going to human resources to report her own abuse. Okay? Then the prosecutor asked, well, she said, human resources only punished me unjustly, also fired Kayla for even discussing Cassie's abuse. They wouldn't believe me and I would have been fired immediately. So, all right, so that was something for the prosecutor right there. The prosecutor was asking her some more questions after the defense rested today. The prosecutor asked Mia what she worried would happen if she disclosed that Sean Diddy Combs had sexually assaulted her. That I wouldn't be believed, I would be wiped out, I would be abused, fired, and somehow made out to look like I was a crazy person making everything up, Mia said. Hit the like button, guys. So what do you guys having to say about this? What do y'all guys believe Mia? Do y'all guys believe Mia? Only thing, like I can believe some of the stuff she's saying, but the thing is, her birthday wishes, and do the Instagram, which she said she had to do it to make him happy. Okay, but why would you be sending him messages when you're no longer even working for the company, wishing him well? She said she would have been fired immediately if she reported the abuse. Okay, we got that. Mia said she didn't scream during abuse because she was in shock. Defense attorney Brian Steele revisited Mia's testimony about the time Sean Diddy Combs slammed a door on her arm multiple times, which is awful if that happened. Mia said that her arm was bruised, but she didn't seek any medical attention. I wouldn't have been allowed to, she said. Mia said she didn't scream because all right, Mia said she didn't scream during the incident, even though it was painful. I was in shock, she said. So she couldn't scream. She was in so much shock that she could not scream. You know what I mean? So, all right. Mia said she never even considered reporting the Combs abuse, even anonymously. So even anonymously, she did not dare consider reporting that abuse. Defense attorney Brian Steele asked Mia a couple of questions about reporting the abuse she allegedly endured by Combs. The former assistant testified she didn't contact law enforcement about it. She also said no when Steele asked if she ever considered reporting the alleged abuse to a women's shelter, doing so anonymously, or asking a third party to report it for her. She says no, she did not think about that. Hit the like button, guys. Shout out to UT Williams. We back live. We back live at the Diddy trial. Trump going to free the diddler. Den Kell says, Mark. Jack Black is in the building. Shout out to you, Jack Black. Free Diddy says Miko, fake Miko. Mark Gates, free the diddler, anonymous, loud and clear. Shout out to you, anonymous. These bugs are flying around me right now. Shout out to L.A. Wilkes. Shout out to his channel. Subscribe to L.A. Wilkes channel, guys. He said L.A. Wilkes sent you. Shout out to you. Akron Slim. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Like I said, you know, it's brutal day for Mia, who is the witness that was on that stand. You shouldn't beat women, bottom line. Yes, Bruno, and we're going to find out if the 12 jurors will punish Diddy by convicting him of trafficking or racketeering for beating up the alleged victims, if they believe it. If all 12 believe it, Lord Denia Scott, listen, Diddy, free or not, says author. Let me see. All right, so let's see. Like I said, Diddy's lawyer was brutal today, as far as like cross-examining her. Let me see. Live outside the Diddy trial. Hit that like button. All right. Diddy's lawyer asks, you had times with others, right? Question mark. I had to be in communication 24/7. I was never outside his grip. All right. Still asks, outside of the work environment, why couldn't you explain the abuse you say you were experiencing? Mia says, it's more complicated than that. It's complicated. All right. Diddy's lawyer, you said you had no time with family, so I read that. All right. Sporadic over 8 years, sister and best friend, I believe. Halloween, I don't remember. There was also a time where Brian Still asked her, straight out, you were fired from Bad Boy Records because you was an alcoholic, right? And he said, he asked her, you were fired because you had a drinking problem and you were an alcoholic. That's the reason you were fired. Pretty much saying Diddy's team, well, Diddy's company had a right to fire her because she was drinking too much. And of course she denied that, but that was brutal. That was brutal. That was a brutal question to ask her. And like I said, a lot of people are mad at the Diddy's lawyer, Brian Still, for going at an alleged victim like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's the nature, you know, of these courtroom proceedings. All right. Also, Brian Still was asking her about when she said about her entire world was ripped away when the company shut down, when Combs' company shut down. There was a company named Revolt Films that was underneath Sean Diddy Combs' company. And defense attorney Brian Still returned to the messages Mia sent December 2016 after she learned Revolt Films, the Sean Diddy Combs' own business she was working for at the time, would be shutting down. In those texts, Mia said her life was over. My entire world was being ripped away from me immediately, Mia testified. And even in hindsight, that world was awful. I didn't know it at the time, though. Diddy's lawyer asked if she wanted to continue working for Combs and his business at that time. She said, I wanted to continue following my dreams. I was finally making real stuff. And I had separation from him. So she said that Revolt Films thing was more separation from Diddy, even though it was underneath Diddy's, parent company. But she did not work directly with Diddy at Revolt Films. But the point is, Diddy's lawyer was trying to make it, like, why would you say your world is over if you was getting abused? That means you're free. You don't have to quit. You were free. The Revolt Film's over. You're free. But she said, hey, it's still a job. I guess she still wanted to make a living and still wanted to make things happen. So yeah. All right. The defense asked Mia if she was let go from her job for alcohol use. She says absolutely not. Defense attorney Brian Still suggested that Mia was let go from Sean Diddy Combs' companies for alcohol use. Brian Still asks, isn't it true you were let go for failing to arrive on time and for drinking? She says, absolutely not. So, like I said, he was coming strong. He was coming hard, at her, insinuating that she was an alcoholic and basically she deserved to be fired for coming to work late, And like I said, this the news. She said she does not intend to sue him for sexual assault. She does not. She is not looking to sue Diddy for sexual assault. Hit that like button, guys. Anybody new coming to the channel? Cara Lua says hi. Hello. Hello, Cara Lua. Hello, Cara Lua. Do you guys believe Diddy's lawyer had a good day? I believe yes. I believe he came in strong. He did not pull any punches at all. There was also something about jury seized hotel receipts, including a $500 charge for oil damage. So there was some baby oil damage inside of a hotel. That damn Diddy, man. That Diddy is a weirdo, man. I mean, $500 charge for oil damage inside of a hotel. The jury saw 2 bills for Sean Diddy Combs' hotel stay addressed to the alliance associated with his guest profile. One of them from May 2015 included a $500 charge for oil damage. Another bill included $300 charge for cleaning drapes and a fee for going out to pick up 5 candles for Combs. Oh, man. Oh, man. $500 worth of baby oil damage to a hotel room. Woo, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Now, throughout the day, there was a lot of the prosecutors saying objection, because they did not like the way Diddy's team was coming at the witness, Mia, over the past couple of hours, and they just kept saying objection. You are basically badgering the witness. You are being argumentative. The judge had to step in a couple of times. So that's how you know right there that Diddy's team was searching for blood today. They were searching for blood. They were not pulling any punches. I don't know how much Diddy is paying Brian Steele, but I think Brian Steele swung for the fences all day today and on Friday. Now, who knows how the jury is going to let's just say put their verdict in. Will all 12 jurors say guilty? Would there be one? All they need is one that says not guilty, ruining the prosecutor's 95% conviction rate, right? For these type of cases. Would that one juror ruin it for the prosecutors? And as you guys see, the lovely Tisa Tells walking, like I said, taller than expected, but she's been putting in work the whole time, and shout out to her. Like I said, even Tisa Tells, the person you just seen walking by, she says that, hey, she gave it up to Brian Steele. He did a great job, even though she think it was disgusting, but he did the job. He did the job, but it was disgusting the type of questions he was asking. You know what I mean? But you know, get the lights up, says Yerp. How you doing? Get the lights up. Sounds like a lawyer doing the work he was paid for. Yes, he's not worried about court of public opinion saying he's abusing a alleged assault victim on the stand. He does not care about that. He is getting paid money, and he's going all in. He's going all in. Hit that like button. He is going all in. You know. So it also says, look. Hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button. Live from the Diddy trial. Combs asked, why would you cover up for Mr. Combs to Cassie Ventura about your abuse? Why writing that Mr. Combs is just misunderstood? All right, no. So this was earlier. He asked he asked Mia, why would you tell Cassie that Mr. Combs is just misunderstood when she told you that she was being abused, or that you seen abuse? Why would you then tell Cassie that, oh, Sean Diddy Combs is just being misunderstood? If you knew he abused you and abused her, why would you tell Cassie that? Then the prosecutor said, objection. The judge says rephrase. Then Brian Steele says, did you tell Miss Cassie Ventura she needs to stay with Mr. Sean Combs? Then Mia says, I don't remember that. She just said, I don't remember if I told Cassie or not to stay with Sean Diddy Combs. Like I said, the defense is trying to put it out there like this, that this Mia X defended Diddy and pretty much say he just misunderstood. Now, y'all guys, some people could say, well, she was brainwashed, which that kept coming up, saying that she was brainwashed the entire time. That's why she was behaving that way. That's why she stood around for about 10 years. That's why she asked for, employment again. Or that's why she went back. When she left, she went back and worked for another department. That was the Revolt Films. And that went out of business. And, but like I said, I think the Combs team did a masterful job today, actually. Considering all of the salacious testimony against him, the court of public opinion, a lot of people think that Diddy really did do all this sex assault and abuse. There is evidence of abuse with the Cassie video. And tomorrow, another employee is going to be testifying against Diddy that worked in that hotel. He has been granted immunity. He was going to plead the fifth. But he did plead the fifth, but he will be granted immunity to testify against Diddy tomorrow. I wonder, are they going to try to say that Diddy, because we've seen enough abuse. We know he abused Cassie. Is he going to say that Diddy tried to bribe them to keep it, keep the story quiet, and that would fall under RICO? This is the big thing, is the government overreaching with this whole RICO, you know what I'm saying? Is the government overreaching with this RICO? Now, remember, I said 2017, Now, all right, you know what? Let's go to 2018. The defense team is going through text messages between Sean Diddy Combs and his former assistant, Mia, in 2018. Mia texted Combs during the Christmas and New Year holiday. Merry Christmas, love you so much, Mia wrote in one text. Now, remember, Mia wasn't working for Combs' company anymore in 2018. And she texted him randomly, Merry Christmas, I love you. And this is at the years of abuse, allegedly, and she texted that. So she had just seen Combs at Kim Porter's funeral, Mia testified. Porter, who shared 3 children with Combs, died in November 2018. A few weeks later, on January 2015, on January 15, 2019, Mia texted Combs that she was thinking about him because she had a nightmare that she was trapped in an elevator with R. Kelly, and Combs saved her, according to a message. So that was 2019, and the 2018 text was Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Now, defense attorney Brian Steele asked Mia if she was still under Combs' grip at that time, since she wasn't working for him anymore. She said that she still was psychologically. Do y'all guys believe her? Do those jurors believe her? Do those jurors believe her? Also, Puff used to be my protector, she testified, referring to Combs by his nickname. Also, these were based around tragic events that happened in his life, Mia added, pointing out that the text was sent within a few months of Porter's death. Mia also texted Combs in December 2019, writing that she was sending love to him and his family. She testified that she sent the messages on Porter's birthday. Now, that's nice. That's kind of her. But what Diddy's team is trying to put out there, why do that when you're free? You're free. Now, she said she wasn't free psychologically, I guess. But Diddy's team is like, wait a minute, but you're free. This guy that you claim was a monster that R-worded you, sexually assaulted you for years, and you were sending him messages when you are free. You do not have to talk to this guy ever again. You're free to move on with your life. Why are you texting this guy, I love you, and this and that? Why should the jurors believe that you was ever assaulted? You never went to the police. You never told your friends or family. It probably did happen, but who knows? It's your word versus his. You filed no case. Now you're coming back saying all of this, and you expect the jurors to believe it. Guys, what do y'all guys got to say about this? I think the Diddy's lawyer did a masterful job. Brian Steele was the person that was able to negotiate Young Thug, YSL, racketeering trial, and got him a plea deal with only the jail time where he was waiting for the, well, he's going back and forth to court. So he got 15 years probation. What are y'all thinking right now? Are y'all thinking, now, there is supposed to be some other witness testifying tomorrow or Wednesday, though, guys. So the prosecutors can make a comeback tomorrow or Wednesday, because there is supposed to be another female witness, alleged victim, testifying tomorrow, allegedly accusing Sean Diddy Combs of assault. So we're going to see what's all that about. Maybe, I think she was a former worker that worked for Diddy's company also. So we shall see what she has to say and see if that would be damaging to Diddy, because now this will be the second person that alleged assault, right? And we'll see how Diddy's team, Brian Steele, fights back as they cross-examine her. So just because Diddy had a good couple of days, that does not mean the prosecutors and whatever witness they got coming up tomorrow, which I believe is going to be the female, and the person that worked inside of the hotel, come out and testify. We don't know which order, but there is going to be another female testify tomorrow, Wednesday, that Diddy assaulted her. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Covering the Diddy trial out here. These women are just looking for a payday because they saw Cassie got paid. Now everyone wants a slice. Now, Diddy's lawyer asked her, were you going to sue him? She says no, but you know she probably could change her mind if eventually. What up, go Toyu? Hi everyone, says go Toyu. 7 says nope. I am confused, says Cerise Brewster. Sounds like all right, lawyer doing what he's paid to do. T. Williams says it's just a payday. T. Williams saying it's just a payday. Just a payday. Now, I don't want to say this 100% about this Mia X, because this Mia person testifying, she claims that she's not going to sue. She's not going to sue Diddy for that assault. You know, she could change her mind. So some of these women have been subpoenaed and they are being forced to testify. You understand? They are being subpoenaed and being forced to testify. You know, some people are getting immunity, some people are pleading the fifth, so that they won't be charged for maybe helping Diddy out and be charged with a crime themselves. You know, so this is a strange dynamic that what we're witnessing, the trial of the century so far, 2021. Well, the 21st century, and this is gonna be a dramatic ending. This is gonna be a dramatic ending to see how, if they could get all 12 jurors to agree on this sex trafficking and racketeering. Because, like I said, Tisa Tells was just saying that, you know, the jury seems like they were like cheering on the defense attorney Brian Steele inside that courtroom today. Record labels got you all food, never saw a one-man RICO yet. Love marketing, put the whole rap game on trial. Says Supreme Chief Raze. So Supreme Chief Raze, you say Diddy, you say free Diddy, like Ray J. Like Ray J said yesterday, he said free Diddy. They are overcharging him. The charges should have been something else. They should have charged him with something else. Ray J says, look, they are overcharging him to free him. So free him. Now, do you believe maybe Diddy's defense team would use Trump's statements eventually and say that, yeah, our client is being railroaded, he's being overcharged with this RICO. This is not a RICO trial. This is not racketeering. Our client is being treated unfairly. And what did Trump say? That if somebody is being treated unfairly in the court system, he will look into doing a pardon, right? So I think Diddy's defense team will be wise to play on that. Just in case they get convicted, they can say, hey, you know, this shouldn't have never been a racketeering RICO trial. The federal agents, the feds overreached with this one, and maybe get in the ear of Trump, President Trump, that Diddy was unfairly charged with the RICO. Now, of course, y'all guys know the RICO Act took down a mob in the 80s and 90s out here in New York City, the John Gotti era. You know, Rudy Giuliani, you know, was head prosecutor in that. And does the racketeering apply in this instance for Bad Boy Records? Was Bad Boy Records a criminal enterprise run by Diddy? You know, that is the major question right now. Get the lights up, hit the like button. Think about it. If he's found guilty, it makes it easier to sue for damages, says T. Williams. Yeah. Nah, Diddy is free already. He is in record label jail and record label court, says Supreme Chief Raze. RICO took down black gangs also. Yeah, well, they were trying to take down the YSL out there inside, we're doing a YSL case out there inside Atlanta. And this same lawyer got his clients some plea deals where they are free to go, but they are like a plea deal. They had to do probation for 15 years. So that's the same lawyer, Brian Steele. Cherie says, Puff Daddy ain't going to prison. Trump is going to help Puff Daddy. Y'all guys believe that Trump will go ahead and pardon Diddy on his way out of office? Shout out to you, 7. Hit that like button, guys. Get the lights up live for the Diddy trial. Where is his co-defendants? The thing is, unindicted co-conspirators, they're trying to say that the people that worked under him, the people that helped him, that's the security and these aides, I guess you could say they were co-conspirators, but they are testifying against him because they were subpoenaed, and some of them are getting immunity. Now, this is not a classic like gangland type RICO. So that's why some people are thinking that the feds are reaching with this one as far as RICO, racketeering, trafficking. But the feds think they got him. The feds think they have him dead to rights. Now it's up to that 12 jury, people in the 12 jurors, to agree with the feds that they have Diddy dead to rights. 15 years to life in prison he is looking at. $15 years to life in prison. I think he will pardon him if he gets convicted. Says Anonymous 65. Diddy probably got some footage of Trump. Where is it? Like I said, all right, so I read that. Hit that like button, guys. This is live Diddy trial. So much media out here across the street. It's going to be a few more weeks before this trial ends. Who is going to testify for Diddy in Diddy's defense? Will Ray J step up to the plate and testify in Diddy's defense? Will Diddy himself take the stand? I doubt it. But Suge Knight suggested he should take the stand. And Suge Knight also suggested that he should walk and be, not get convicted of the crimes. Let's see. RICO took down Shmurda gang. Now, that's the thing. They take down those type of gangs, right? It's about Bobby Shmurda gang, right? Does this fit? Is Bad Boy Records a criminal enterprise like the Smurder gang you said? Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but the feds think they have a RICO case. Federal racketeering, they have a good track record of winning these things. Will their track record influence the jury? Will the streak of winning these cases by the feds end with a guy with a lot of power such as Diddy and a lot of money? Will they lose outright? Will they lose outright, which would be an upset? That would be an upset. You know, that would be an upset. If Diddy was to beat and be found not guilty or acquitted of all the charges, that would be a huge upset because the 95% winning rate with these type of things by the feds cannot go unnoticed, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. But what once was a guarantee Diddy would be getting convicted, according to people that was in the courtroom, they looking at the jurors cheering on the Diddy's defense. Now, that's all we can go on, guys. We don't know how they're going to convict, if they're going to say guilty or not. We don't know how this next victim, this lady that's supposed to be testifying that Diddy assaulted, how will she do over the next day or two? How will the jury take to the cross-examination of her from Brian Steele? Will they be cheering on Brian Steele when he's cross-examining the next alleged victim? We don't know, but we can only report to you guys what is actually happening inside the courtroom. And from reports, the jury is pretty much supportive, even if it's not all 12. Tisa Tell said she can't, say, specifically, she just could say the jurors. She just could say jurors. She can't say how many. She could just say the jurors legally or whatever, or, by the rules of being inside there. The jurors were laughing and being supportive of Diddy's lawyer, and that Mia lost the jury. Will the same happen with the next person that is being called to testify? And let me see if I can tell y'all who will be the next person to testify. Who is that person that says Diddy assaulted her? We'll bring it up in a minute, guys. Hit that like button, guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Live from the Diddy trial. Live from the Diddy trial. Hit that like button. Boots on the ground. All right, here's something for people that think Diddy is guilty as sin. Let's read this first. This is from CNN. This is some hope for you guys. This is some hope for you guys, okay? I have a great life, Stuart Edwards. Thank you. A smart promo for Love Records. The Bad Boy back catalog must have tripled its worth with all this new publicity, says Supreme Chef. Jaria Desasua, the feds already lose 3% of the time. So it's possible. So you're saying they already lose 3% of the time, Jaria? We outside. Jane Doe from overseas will seal international trafficking claims. The bomb is getting dropped soon. All right, so the person that's going to be testifying is from overseas, and you're going to say that that's international sex trafficking. So we're going to see. So like I said, I just think right now the Diddy team had a great couple of days showing, but things can change. Things can change with the new testimony coming up. So Jane Doe from overseas. So there's gonna be a Jane Doe from overseas is gonna test. No, well, one of them they named somebody's. They named somebody. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let me see if I can bring that. I'm looking for the. All right, another one of Combs' accusers could take the stand as early as Wednesday. Okay. Eddie Garcia, who worked in the security in Intercontinental Hotel, is expected to take the stand tomorrow morning as prosecutors' next witness in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors said they expect to question Garcia for about 90 minutes, okay? Prosecutor Maureen Comey said forensic video expert Frank Piazza, Combs employee Derek Ferguson, and Brianna Bogalin, who previously accused Combs of sexual battery, are likely among the next witnesses to follow Garcia, but the order could change. So somebody by the name of Brianna Botgolin, who previously accused Combs of battery. I don't know if Brianna worked for her. I mean, for the Diddy organization, or I don't know. I don't know who is Brianna Bogalin. They just say Combs employee Derek Ferguson and Brianna Bogalin. It didn't say Combs employees with finesse. It just says Combs employee Derek Ferguson and Brianna Bogalin, who previously accused Combs of battery. So maybe Brianna worked for Diddy Combs also. So we'll see about that. And well, Intercontinental Hotel witness compelled to testify under immunity. The order is significant, legal analyst says. So this is from a legal analyst. This is from hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. You guys coming in live for the Diddy trial. This right here is from a legal analyst. According to CNN, tomorrow prosecutors in Sean Diddy Combs' federal criminal trial are expected to call Intercontinental Hotel employee to testify under immunity order. He has been granted immunity. Bringing in a witness under an immunity order could significantly help the prosecution's case against Sean Diddy Combs, said Lisa Bonner, an entertainment lawyer and former litigator who is not involved in this case. The immunity order can indicate a very reluctant witness coming forward, Bonner said, adding that when you are coming in and invoking your right to waive your Fifth Amendment right and get some type of immunity, that means, listen, I didn't want to be here and tell the story from the beginning. Once one comes in under an immunity order, that is great opportunity for the prosecution to really hone in on the fact that you are here reluctantly. We presume that you're telling the truth and you had something to lose by coming here, she said. Lisa Bonner added that she thinks that that'll be a great opportunity for the prosecution to score some points with the jury. So she's saying the prosecutors can win some points back. After a disastrous 2 days. They can win some points back with this Intercontinental Hotel employee that was granted immunity. Okay. Remember, the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles is where Combs was seen striking and dragging Cassie Ventura during 2016 altercation, footage of which was previously shown to the jury during Ventura's testimony. My guess is that the main thing here probably testified that Diddy tried to bribe them to hide the videotapes and don't say anything, and I guess that falls under the crime of RICO, you know. So I guess that's what they're trying to get to. Because like I said, we've seen the abuse already. We don't really need to rehash all of that abuse. But I think they're trying to get to RICO, that he was trying to bribe them. And I guess that's illegal. I guess that would be illegal, especially if he was a police officer. You're trying to bribe a police officer. But I guess he was security. He wasn't a police officer per se. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what legal experts say about that testimony, and then we see how Diddy's team cross-examines that. Like I said, this is a RICO case, so we'll see. I mean, I can't wait until it's time for the jury to make their verdict, because that's going to be highly, highly interesting. Hit the like button, get the lights up, guys. Hit the like button and get the lights up. Let me see if there was any other updates from CNN for you guys. We are boots on the ground at the Diddy trial. Let me see if there was any other updates that we missed. Okay. Lights up, guys. Lights up live for the Diddy trial. Lower Manhattan. Lower Manhattan. Why does this thing keep popping up? No, I don't want that. The Mark Hotel. Why are they bringing me here? Oh, for the love of God. You got to be kidding me. Why does this ad keep popping up on my computer, on my tablet? I don't want this ad there. It won't let me get to where I'm trying to get y'all the news. Oh, boy. It's pissing me off right now. Let me see. Hit the like button, though, guys, as we live from but Diddy has to be happy right now over this past Friday and the weekend. He has to have a little hope right now. What looked like just like he was going to be buried, he has a glimmer of hope to actually beat the charges, get a hung jury, or even Trump give him a pardon even after he is convicted, in the event that he's convicted. So it has been a good weekend, a good few days for Diddy, if he can have, and he's still locked up, facing 15 years of life in prison. There's no guarantee that he will not be found guilty on all charges and probably get a 40-year sentence. So any glimmer of hope, anything he can hold on to, he is celebrating without a doubt, right now. Razor Ray, what up, my guy? This Chase from the East. My guy, Chase. I think I remember, Chase, I can't see your photo. I remember Chase. What up? What up, Chase? Long time no see. Shout out to you, Chase. All right, so let's see. This is from, all right, I have something. Did he try, all right, all word accuser Mia, who demanded $10 million, continued to text him years later. Is this, I know there was a chase. I remember a chase from, there's a couple of chases. There was one from East, like Lincoln Terrace Park. I remember that chase also. What's up from Rodney? What up? What up? Yeah, my guy Rodney. Salute, Rod. Tell Rod, what up? What's up from Rodney? Yeah, Rodney, Chase. Shout out to Troy, he's in the building. Salute to you, Troy. Live from the Diddy trial. It must be nice to walk around, la 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 la, have nothing to do. But right now I'm not walking. I'm just I'm sitting actually. So you know. All right. Sean Diddy Combs' former assistant Mia, who testified today, was pressed by the rapper's defense attorney Brian Steele why she didn't accuse Combs of sexual assault during settlement talks in the 2017 for unpaid wages. So that lawsuit she filed was for unpaid wages and not sexual assault in 2017. Mia confirmed that she originally asked for $10 million for bonuses, severance, and overtime. She says Diddy owed her and never paid, but settled during mediation for $400,000. Another report said $200,000, but $400,000, which was split with her attorneys. So, all right, so she got $200,000 out of that. So that's where the $200,000 number came. Mia has testified that the first time she brought up sex assault claims was with prosecutors in 2024. She told the jury last week, "I thought I would die with this and never wanted to make the all-word allegations public, the sex assault allegations public." So she wanted to take that to a grave, she said. That's why she never brought it up. We freezing again, says Troy. Like I said, I think there's some hope for Diddy. I know people don't want to hear that, but I think there is some hope for Diddy. There is the free Diddy train. Though, and like I said, I'm out here and I am hearing reports about the jury. It's just like they are enamored with Diddy's lawyer, Brian Steele. And that is good news for Diddy. I mean, there's no other way around it. If the jury likes, if some members of the jury likes, all you need is one. If some members of the jury like what the defense team is doing and how he's, as some people say, badgering the witness, the alleged victim, then that is a win if the jury agrees with it. Because the jury is the ones that's gonna either seal the fate for Diddy and send him to prison for up to life or set him free. So you would have to, you have to say this was a win for Diddy over the past couple of days. Now we'll see what happens with the other assault accuser, and see how maybe the prosecutors come back. Maybe the prosecutors come back with a win tomorrow, with the next set of testimony, and we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it. We are going to cover it here on Raze and Raze channel. How is it across the lake? Are you across the lake? Shout out to you, Marcus. Are you in Jersey? That's the lake you're talking about? Razor, was it ever disclosed why Mia's identity is hidden? No, they're saying that the jurors know her full name, no. It's just hidden to the public. But the jurors know her full name. But I guess to hide her identity, maybe because, I don't know, she's scared and maybe for her safety. But the jurors and the defense team knows her name. The defense team knows her name and the jurors, but it's not for the courtroom. Hit that like button, guys. You're watching live coverage, Sean Diddy trial. We're going to be covering this trial until there is a verdict out here in Chinatown, because this is Chinatown, guys, also. I had got me some roast duck earlier, in between live streams. We were live earlier, so in between that, got me some roast duck and pork fried rice out here. Now, 50 Cent going to talk to Trump to prevent a pardon. Trump love that many men hit, says J-Dog. I did hear about that. I did hear about 50 Cent saying now he's going to try to convince him not to pardon. Will Diddy need a pardon? Will he be found not guilty? Will it be a hung jury? Will it be a mistrial? Diddy may not need a pardon at all. We shall find out over the next few weeks who is going to testify in Diddy's defense. Raze is a big candidate, it seems. Will Diddy himself testify? Who is going to show up? What celebrities is going to show up? Will J-Lo testify in Diddy's defense? Not a chance in hell, right? Not a chance in hell. Hit that like button, guys. Live from the Diddy trial. This is a tent. This is what does it say? What the hell is this? Skip any line in New York City. Professional line sitters. Same old line dudes. Okay. I don't know who's in that tent right there. Y'all wanna knock? Y'all wanna knock on the door on the tent? Nah, I'm not touching that tent. I don't know who's in there and what they would do to me if I was to knock on that tent. Yeah, sad media across the street with the tents over there. Obviously, when the verdict is going to be read, this whole sidewalk is going to be filled up. Across the street going to be filled up. You ain't going to be able to walk over here. It was a media frenzy earlier. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like up. Get the lights up. Hit the like button. You see media roll across the street. Let's walk over there a little bit. Trial of the century. Media setup. Got people in the park actually working out right here. This area is a nice area, actually. Like I said, Chinatown is around here. A lot of parks is over here. Nice day, people playing basketball. Keep working out. Hit that like button. Let's go inside the park a bit right quick and see what's going on Raze are camping now. Hey, like I said, somebody's camping inside there. Somebody's camping. He will never be free in or out. His life has already changed. I don't think J-Lo will be there. She's too busy swinging her hair. So no J-Lo. I want to see some big names. I want to see the prosecutors call these people in. I want to see a J-Lo. I want to see the people that was. Why wouldn't they call J-Lo in? She was in a relationship with him. She knows a lot. Why wouldn't they call J-Lo in? You know, why wouldn't the prosecutors call J-Lo in to testify maybe against Diddy? Hit that like button. These Chinese dudes getting down some basketball. They playing. People working out. Maybe I'll get a workout out here one of these days too while I'm out here. Yolanda C says money. That's why they won't call J-Lo in. I think she was close to Diddy. I mean, might as well call her in too. I don't know why they wouldn't call her in. Filipinos can play some basketball also. Yeah, they balling. Nomadic is a soul bro. It says follow. Shout out to you, Nomadic. Appreciate you. Anybody new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Raze, we live. Ray J wants to be an expert, call him in. Hey, I mean, would the prosecutor subpoena him? But I doubt he's gonna, because he been making, the prosecutors don't want to do people that have been talking about the case too much in the media. They don't want to call him in. Yeah, they don't want to bring him in because he made too many statements in the media already that can be, you know, cross-examined and stuff like that. J-Lo probably one of the only women he ever treated good. He was really heartbroken over her. T. Williams. Yeah, well, bring her in. Let her say that on the stand. This is a huge trial. Let her say it. You know, let her say it. The prosecutors probably don't want her to say it though. If he treated her good, then they want the people that were treated bad to testify. The prosecutors. Well, maybe she come in and talk about how good Diddy treated her. Maybe the defense should call her as a character witness. This is the big star, J-Lo. If J-Lo went in there and said how great a guy Diddy was, and maybe that'll sway the jury too, because, you know, she's a huge star. She's a huge star. Maybe the jury would say, oh, J-Lo, be starstruck, you know what I'm saying? Stargazing. The like button, guys, down the Diddy trial. Yeah, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Anybody new to the channel, we're going to be back live tomorrow covering this trial. We'll see if we come back out here tomorrow. We might make another stop out here tomorrow and come live. But either way, Whether it be from my mama's basement or from out here, we will be covering this trial mañana, which means tomorrow. The like button, guys. Hit the like. Got Court TV out here. Court TV reporters. ABC News. Nice day out here. Yolanda says he might get beat down. Yolanda C. True, J. Moore. They are balling right there. Hit that like button. Chinatown. As you can see, you get some roast duck. Y'all getting a little view, a little tour. Downtown Manhattan. This is the area where the Diddy trial is being held. Next to all these court buildings, across there is a neighborhood, Chinatown. Okay. Hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Who is going to testify? Will the prosecutors have a victory tomorrow? A much needed victory tomorrow because the momentum has shifted to the defense. Start here. And the prosecutors are going to come with some fire tomorrow, I expect. This is Chinatown, guys. The area of the Diddy trial. Was that Chinese restaurant any good? Yeah, it was good enough. I had some roast duck over rice. I mean, you know, it's been a long time since I had roast duck, and I love duck, but I don't eat it a lot. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get me some roast duck out here. A lot of these places only take cash though, so I mean, not that I really care, but for whatever reason, a lot of these restaurants don't take cards, debit or credit. They only cash. Cash money over here. You pay cash, ninja. You pay cash, ninja. Ugh. Duck is extra fatty but good, yes. T. Williams. Taking a look, the area. Cash mean tax-free. Yeah, I noticed that. Even the Chinese restaurants, the little ones in Brooklyn and Queens, it's all cash. They do not take credit or debit. All cash. All cash. Take a good look at this area. Nice restaurant right here. Chinatown, guys, Chinatown. I come out here, I can prepare for my Asia trip, right? I can prepare for Thailand now, being out here. I know Thailand is different. Thailand is not China.